I have a great fondness for coffee, and I am not alone in this sentiment. There are countless individuals who cannot go a day without their caffeine fix, and many of them gravitate towards Starbucks. However, if you take a closer look at your cup, you will notice a small imperfection and a plethora of hidden secrets within the iconic Starbucks logo. What exactly is it? A mermaid? A siren? The devil? Where did it originate from, and how did it become a symbol we pay homage to while enjoying our daily cup of coffee? According to the FAQ section on the Starbucks website, when we were initially searching for a logo in 1971, we aimed to capture the maritime tradition of early coffee traders. Co-founder Howard Schultz further elaborates on this story in his 1997 book, Pour Your Heart Into It: How Starbucks Built a Company One Cup at a Time. Another co-founder, Terry Heckler, delved into old marine books until he stumbled upon a logo based on a 16th century Norse woodcut depicting a two-tailed mermaid or siren, encircled by the store's original name, Starbucks Coffee, Tea, and Spice. The intention behind this early logo was for the seductiveness of the siren to mirror the allure of the coffee itself. However, there is a slight issue with this narrative. The existence of a 16th century Norse woodcut is questionable, as the Norse civilization ceased to exist as such around 1300, and woodcuts did not arrive in Europe until the 1400s. Finding a 16th century Norse woodcut would be akin to discovering a photograph of Leonardo da Vinci or a selfie of Abraham Lincoln, an impossibility. So, what is the true story behind this peculiar mermaid symbol? Let us assume that the founders of Starbucks had no sinister intentions with this anachronism. It is highly likely that they simply forgot the source of the image, which is a bit peculiar but ultimately inconsequential. So, where did the Starbucks logo truly originate from? What is the evolution of this emblem? Let us consult J. Slott's Dictionary of Symbols, first published in English in 1962, to find out. Starbucks has recently acknowledged that their original logo was not quite appropriate, especially as the company became more corporate. As a result, they made some changes to their logo over the years. Fortunately, Starbucks decided to add a bit of modesty to their logo by covering up the mermaid a little, so she is no longer bare-chested and has moved away from her fishtails. However, this raises an important question: who is the Starbucks mermaid? Contrary to popular belief, the figure in the center of the Starbucks logo is not a mermaid at all, but rather a mythological creature known as a siren. In Greek mythology, sirens were dangerous yet beautiful creatures who lured sailors to their demise with their seductive singing. They would entice nearby ships to crash on the rocky coast, leading to the sailors' deaths. The term, siren song, refers to an irresistible appeal that, if succumbed to, will have negative consequences. Today, statues of sirens can be found in graveyards in Greece, Italy, and Asia, as they are believed to accompany the deceased to the afterlife. However, what does this seductive and malevolent creature have to do with Starbucks coffee? Many people are aware that the name, Starbucks, comes from Herman Melville's novel, Moby Dick, where Starbuck was the name of the first mate on Captain Ahab's ship. Interestingly, the founders of Starbucks initially considered naming their company, Quad, but they eventually decided it was too obscure. In 1971, while searching through old marine books, the founders stumbled upon the image of a siren and decided to use it as their logo. Since coffee beans were often transported on large container ships, they believed that a seductive siren logo would attract coffee lovers to their store. In an article published by Revealing Truth, it was even suggested that the Starbucks logo had additional symbolism. However, it is important to note that the Starbucks logo has evolved over time and no longer carries the same connotations as the original siren imagery. It has been alleged that the Starbucks logo has sinister origins. By flipping the original logo upside down, the image of Satan can supposedly be seen. In 2014, Starbucks faced backlash when employees were accused of drawing satanic symbols like pentagrams and the number 666 in the foam of coffee. Going back to the siren in 1484, the first printed book in Sweden depicted a sailor's morality and the seductive siren. The Starbucks siren, known as Melouin, is a legendary figure from European folklore often portrayed as a mermaid with two tails or as a serpent. According to the 14th century French writer John Doctors, Melouin was cursed by her mother to become half serpent every Saturday until she found a man who would respect her privacy on that day. She eventually marries Raymond Dean, who breaks his vow not to spy on her, leading to her departure. In 1987, the Starbucks logo changed from brown to green, with the siren's body now covered by her hair and her arms spread apart, resembling a yoga pose. A Christian group from San Diego called for a boycott of Starbucks, claiming the logo depicted a naked woman with spread legs. The Harvard symbolist, Gary L. Blankstein, suggested that the company could easily be called Harvard. According to ancient folklore, sirens were believed to be the spirits of the deceased, possessed by the devil, seeking revenge on unfaithful sailors. All the negativity surrounding this notion eventually convinced Starbucks to tone down their logo in 1992. The seductive siren was cropped out, leaving more to the imagination. To celebrate their 40th anniversary, Starbucks underwent a minor logo redesign. While the explicit parts of the siren remain covered and cropped out, the words, Starbucks Coffee, were removed. This decision was made because Starbucks was now selling more than just coffee and wanted to expand their brand. Today, the seductive siren is G-rated and no longer entices customers with a hot and steamy cup of Java. Or does she? Something is definitely creating those long lines wrapped around their buildings that no other coffee house seems to be able to duplicate. Some say it's the great coffee they serve, but many still believe it's the irresistible power of their green logo. What do you think? Leave your comments below and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.